Most people believe profitable traders are constantly in the market. Screens lit up. Charts moving. Orders firing. That image is comforting, because it suggests success comes from activity. Marcus Vail believed that too. For years. He thought discipline meant showing up every session. That commitment meant participation. That consistency meant action. If the market was open, he felt he should be involved. And when he wasn't, a quiet anxiety crept in. Because inactivity felt like falling behind. Marcus didn't start out reckless. He started out motivated. He studied charts, built rules, tracked results. But beneath all of it lived an unspoken belief. If I'm not trading, I'm not progressing. That belief shaped everything. He entered trades not because conditions were exceptional, but because they were available. He wasn't chasing chaos. He was avoiding stillness. Flat markets irritated him. Slow sessions unsettled him. He would sit there watching price drift, waiting for something to happen. And when nothing did, he took that personally. As if the market was ignoring him. So he stepped in. Not with bad setups. With almost good ones. Trades that looked fine on the surface. But lacked depth. Lacked urgency from the market itself. And those trades created a pattern. Small wins. Small losses. Constant engagement. The worst possible combination. Because it felt productive. Without actually producing anything. Marcus was busy. But he wasn't moving forward. That's the trap. Most traders don't lose because they're careless. They lose because they mistake activity for progress. And the market is happy to let you do that. It will let you trade every day. It will let you feel involved. It will even reward you occasionally. Just enough to keep you stuck. There was a stretch where Marcus traded nearly every session for months. No blow-ups. No disasters. Just quiet erosion. His equity curve didn't collapse. It drifted. And drift is harder to notice than failure. Failure forces reflection. Drift feels acceptable. That's why it lasts so long. Marcus told himself the system needed refinement. That his timing could improve. That one adjustment might unlock consistency. But the truth was simpler. He was trading too often. Not because opportunity demanded it. Because discomfort did. One morning changed everything. The market opened slow. Low volume. No real direction. Marcus sat there watching price move in tight ranges. Old instincts kicked in. This looks tradable. I'll manage it tight. I'll scratch if it doesn't move. He entered. Price stalled. Wiggled. Did nothing. Minutes passed. Then it slipped against him slightly. He adjusted. Then again. Eventually, he closed the trade for a small loss. Not painful. But familiar. And that familiarity bothered him more than the loss itself. Because he realized something unsettling. He had seen this exact trade thousands of times. Same structure. Same reasoning. Same outcome. And yet, he kept taking it. Not because it worked. But because it filled time. That's when a thought hit him. A dangerous one. What if the best traders aren't better at trading? What if they're better at not trading? That idea didn't feel exciting. It felt threatening. Because it challenged his identity. If success wasn't about engagement, then what was he actually doing all day? Marcus didn't change immediately. But the thought stayed. And once a thought like that enters, it doesn't leave. It watches you. Judges decisions quietly. And slowly, it starts changing behavior. If this sounds familiar, comment, waiting below. Not because you're patient, but because you're learning to be. After that thought took root, Marcus stopped trying to fix his strategy. Instead, he started watching himself. Not the charts. Not the indicators. Himself. He noticed something uncomfortable. The urge to trade didn't come from opportunity. It came from silence. Whenever the market slowed down, his mind sped up. Questions appeared. Doubts crept in. Am I missing something? Am I falling behind? What if today was supposed to be the day? Those questions felt urgent. And urgency always pushed him toward action. Marcus realized something critical. The market wasn't pressuring him. His own mind was. So he tried something radical. He did nothing. No trades. No. Just one. No testing. No forcing. Just observation. The first session was uncomfortable. Painfully so. Every movement looked meaningful. Every small push felt like the start of something bigger. He had to fight himself to stay out. And when the session ended flat, he didn't feel relief. He felt exposed. Because without trading, there was nothing to hide behind. No excuses, no explanations, no narrative. Just honesty. The second session was worse. Price moved exactly how he expected, without him. That stung. Old Marcus would have chased it. New Marcus sat there watching profit he didn't earn. But something surprising happened. The pain faded faster than expected. Because regret from missing a trade was quieter than regret from forcing one. That realization shifted everything. Marcus began to see a pattern. The trades that haunted him weren't the ones he missed. They were the ones he shouldn't have taken. Missing a trade hurt briefly. Forcing one lingered. That distinction mattered. So he changed the question he asked himself. Instead of asking, "Is this tradable?" he asked, "Is this worth breaking my calm for?" That question filtered out most setups instantly. Because most trades aren't bad. They're just unnecessary. And unnecessary trades are the most expensive kind. Marcus started measuring progress differently. Not by profit. Not by win rate. But by restraint. Did I wait today? Did I stay selective? Did I protect my energy? Some days the answer was yes, and he didn't trade at all. Those became his best days. Not financially. Psychologically. Because he finished sessions clear. Uncluttered. Not replaying mistakes. That clarity carried over. The next time a high-quality setup appeared, he saw it instantly. No debate. No hesitation. Because he wasn't tired from noise. The trade worked. But more importantly, it felt earned. Not relieving. Not lucky. Earned. That was new. Marcus understood something most traders never do. Patience isn't passive. It's active restraint. And restraint compounds faster than activity. The market began to feel different. Slower. Cleaner. More predictable. Not because the market changed, but because he stopped interfering with it. Losses still happened. Wins still happened. But neither shook him. Because his identity was no longer tied to participation. He wasn't a trader trying to prove effort. He was a professional waiting for alignment. That shift removed pressure. Pressure to trade. Pressure to perform. Pressure to force outcomes. And without pressure, discipline became natural. Marcus finally understood why most profitable traders seem boring. They aren't bored. They're protected. Protected from noise. Protected from overexposure. Protected from themselves. The final lesson didn't arrive during a big win. It arrived quietly. During a loss. A clean setup. Proper size. Right context. Marcus did everything correctly. And it still failed. Price hit his stop and moved on without him. Old Marcus would have questioned everything. The setup. The rules. Himself. But this time, something was different. He felt neutral. No anger. No urgency. No impulse to get it back. Just acceptance. That moment mattered more than any winning streak. Because it revealed the truth. Profitability isn't emotional excitement. It's emotional neutrality. Most traders chase confidence. Marcus learned to value calm. Confidence fluctuates. Calm compounds. He reviewed the trade later that night. No self-criticism. No justification. Just facts. The setup was valid. The execution was clean. The outcome was irrelevant. That separation was the final shift. Marcus stopped tying self-worth to results. Wins didn't elevate him. Losses didn't diminish him. They informed him. That's when consistency stabilized. Not because he found certainty, but because he stopped needing it. Marcus also noticed something subtle. When losses didn't trigger urgency, they didn't trigger mistakes. No revenge trades. No size increases. No emotional spirals. Drawdowns stayed shallow. Recovery became natural. And that's when the curve finally turned. Slowly. Quietly. Sustainably. Marcus didn't suddenly trade more. He traded less. But every trade mattered. Every decision was intentional. He stopped measuring days by profit. He measured them by alignment. Was I patient? Was I selective? Was I present? Those questions mattered more than money. Because money followed alignment, not the other way around. The biggest misconception in trading is that success comes from effort. It doesn't. It comes from restraint. From knowing when to step in and when to stay out. From understanding that the market doesn't reward participation. It rewards discipline. Marcus finally accepted something most traders resist. You don't get paid for how much you trade. You get paid for how little you interfere. That's why the most profitable traders look inactive. They aren't waiting for opportunity. They're waiting for permission. Permission from the market. And they're willing to wait longer than everyone else. If you've ever felt pressure to trade just to feel productive, you're not broken. You're early. The real edge isn't speed. It's stillness. And once you learn to sit with it, everything changes. If this helped you, like the video and subscribe. More lessons like this are coming. And comment discipline below. Because naming it is the first step to building it.